All these are decisions that are important in life. And sometimes you might decide to go to have an MS, and when to have it is also an important decision. That's why I and some of my colleagues, we thought maybe we have a concentration and decision making. Some universities, very few have master in decision analysis or decision science or decision analytics. So we'll give you a very brief about it and the course. So my plan of presentation, this is the introduction. I will also tell you a little bit about what is the concentration learning objective and learning outcomes. Learning outcomes, what the students should be able to do when they finish all the decision concentration. Then I will go over the courses which are in this, and course objectives also, and eligibility. Who is eligible to join this concentration? Then I will acknowledge some of my colleagues who have helped me in making or in formulating this decision concentration. Of course, the interdisciplinary field of decision analytics seeks to understand and improve the judgment and decision-making of individuals, group, and organization. What are the bases for this decision analytics? Since there is the word analytics, this comes from the theory of mathematics, probability and statistic, operations research, optimization, artificial intelligence also can help you, such as machine learning. Decision analytics is needed almost everywhere, including government, manufacturing, design, healthcare, education, transportation, city planning, and business. So it's everywhere, but it depends on the level of the decision. Some of them are simple, you can make by just observation. Some of them make them by logic. Some of them you have to have a model. And this actually is our concentration, try to provide you the knowledge and the experience for making or going about making optimal or good decisions. The objective of decision analytics, as CX had an objective, present to the student the process of decision analysis and decision making. Cover decision making under uncertainty, risk and uncertainty. Under uncertainty, risk, and deterministic. Equip a student with approaches and methods for formulating and solving complex decision problems. Expose the student to various applications of decision analytics or decision making. The outcome, what should the students gain after taking the 4 courses? As you all know, all concentration have 4 courses. And after you go through those 4 courses, which I will present soon, a student should state the difference between uncertainty and risk, describe methods for solving decision situation and problems, formulate decision situations, and I call it sometimes not every decision is a problem. Sometimes it's an opportunity. And for example, if you want to go and do your master, where should you take your master? Should you take it at KFUPM in the United States or other places? Or near your home if you are from the Eastern Province or in the center in Riyadh. You should be able, that's why they always have the word situation and problem. You should be able to design intelligent decision support systems if you are on the hardware side. Develop optimization model to address decision situation and problem. Assess the capability of decision support systems. Lead teams and communicate effectively in writing and orally. And you will have projects and you will have this. So all these are the main 7, but there are many things you will learn in this which summarized in this. So you will get the skill and the capabilities for making better decision, for making optimal decision, for making strategic decision. And we will recognize whether this decision is simple, whether it is a day-to-day decision, or whether it's a strategic decision. Therefore, these are the outcomes which will help over 2 semesters, the teachers will help you by grasping those 4 courses which will come soon. The courses of the course, there is an existing course which you used to have it as an elective, and that is ISE 447 called Decision Making. We'll describe this courses soon. There is a course from ICS, Intelligent Decision Support Systems. Math, there is a course from math. That's why we say it's grounded in mathematics, probability and statistics, and decision and computer science. Math 407 called Applied Game Theory. And ISE 455, Case Studies in Decision Making. But after that, it's called Optimal Model, Applied Model for Optimal Decision Making. Renamed the same course. So we have 4 courses in this, and in a minute I will give the detail of each course. These there is the student learning outcomes, the 7 we just mentioned them here. In this slide, we tried for purpose of showing that these courses contribute. This is ISE 407 where you have the X, it contributes to this. It doesn't contribute to 6. And ICS 487 contribute to the first one, to the 4th, and to the 6th. So this is a mapping. Actually, this is intended not for you, intended for the graduate, for the academic committee at the university. They check whether your courses are contributing to the students' outcomes. And the game theory also contribute to 2 and 3 and all those outcomes. But this may be not very important to you. Now we go into the courses. This course ISE 447, which I usually used to teach it as an elective, it introduces you to the process of structuring and formulating decision situation or problems. It will present approaches and techniques for formulating decision problem under certainty and uncertainty. Discuss approaches for addressing decision problem under single and multiple criteria. What is the meaning of multiple criteria? Sometimes you have a problem. For example, you would like, for example, to go to the best school in the world, but also you would like to be close to your home. Had it objective. Now, anybody would like any problem or any opportunity?
دكتور دفاع معلش إذا ممكن بس تسوي نفسك unmute.
Thank you.
Okay.
Fine.
Sorry for the interruption.
Since when I was muted?
No, I just mute all the students so no one will interrupt you.
But I'm also clear around?
Yeah, it's clear now. Sorry for the interruption.
447, which we have it as in the program, and I used to teach it as an elective, and this is the topic it will cover. انتوا سامعيني مما بديت ولا تعطل شيء الصوت؟
No, it's all clear now.
Okay. Now before يعني just when we talked about the courses and the objective.
Yeah, all clear.
Okay, thank you. Now the course here, this is the description of the course as in the catalog. Basic decision-making model under certainty with multiple criteria, as well under pure uncertainty, risk with information and conflict with certain criteria, structuring decision problem, as well as application in systems engineering, are emphasized through problem set, case studies, and the most important thing we teach in this course is the process of making decision making. What are the steps I need to follow in order to make a good decision? And that's called the process, and it's given in a flow chart where you understand the problem, you model the situation, then you model preference. Your preference means how the people order their preference. And Hasmin, I will not go into detail, I will give you the general ideas. And then you solve it, then you do sensitivity analysis. All those steps will go through it in 447, which is similar to those who took 303, they might have an idea about sensitivity analysis and things like that. The second course, ISE for decision-making student learning outcomes. This course, which I gave the description of it, the students should have the following knowledge. State the elements of the decision situation, decision classical, describe classical criteria. في أشياء classical. يعني classical means old ways of making decision making, but they are scientific ways. Apply decision trees. Decision trees had one of the, maybe you have seen it in other places, but it's a very common tool. Apply analytic hierarchy process and TOPSIS for solving multi-criteria decision problems. These are approaches for solving decision problem. Then we'll have a project, then usually we have projects in this course so that the students will know how to communicate and lead teams to accomplish decision-making projects. So this is the outcome. Hopefully students, when they take 447, they will have this and experience. The last course, this is the course we teach in ISE, Industrial and System Engineering, cases in decision analytics, or now it's called applied model for optimal decision. We'll present decision-making cases that integrate all the elements of the decision process, discuss and model decision-making under uncertainty, risk, and uncertainty via applied case studies, train students on conducting an applied decision-making project. So the project will be very important in this case and the cases. The description of this course, review of decision-making under uncertainty and risk, linear and nonlinear programming for deterministic decision-making. Maybe you have a good idea about linear programming and nonlinear. Then we go to chance constraint programming. The situation when you have randomness in the decision-making process, this chance constraint and stochastic programming, they help you to solve decision problem where there are random variables, risk analysis, robust and queuing theory. New concept will be presented through case studies using inductive teaching. This course has a different, we'll teach it by case studies, and the students will be in teams and they will discuss, and then at the end, the teacher will tell them what he knows, and so they learn by themselves, in like IBL, in interactive teaching, because this will be in the second term. ISE 45 will be in this 455 will be in the second term, while ISE 447 will be in the first term. Usually, the university is going in the direction of multidisciplinary, and so we involve other departments. We have two departments involved with us. That's the mathematics department and the computer science, ICS, information and computer science. We have a course called ICS 487, Intelligent Decision Support System. Here, the more the emphasis on the system that support the decisions. Introduction and need of decision support system, nature of decision problem and the decision process with example, essential element of decision making, evolution of DSS, decision support system management, information system, decision support system, intelligent decision support system, architecture, data collection, data analysis, exploration, design and implementation, IDS techniques, case-based reasoning, decision trees. You see decision trees comes here in 447. You will have in the same semester these courses. Then there will be project, then they will give out e-commerce, knowledge management, and recommended system and action. By the way, for example, when you would like to make a AHP, مثلا, there are some companies that have software, for example, called Expert Choice. This is a decision support system. So you just feed it the data and the information, and they give you either scenarios or they give you the solution directly. So the computer science here in the way decision support system are implemented and used in real life. The ICS 407 intelligent should have the following objective: provide the foundation and the architecture of intelligent decision support system software, tools for IDSS for intelligent decision support system development, IDDS for digital manufacturing system, and IDSS for application. Introduce the student to concept of case-based reasoning, decision trees, and knowledge representation. Apply AI and statistical models to retrieve similar cases through the cycle of case-based reasoning. Describe how to analyze, design, implement, validate, understand the IDSS, Intelligent Decision Support System, and how Intelligent Decision Support System can be used in practice. هذا الكورس من our sister department in the Department of Computer Science. What the students will know, and then I go to the objective, I already, the outcomes, the student, what the outcome will be: recognize structure, elements, and techniques of intelligent decision support system, design an intelligent decision support system, even maybe implementation, but design, differentiate between knowledge, representation, formalism based on the target domain, values, lead teams. And we will, if you go to a company and they would like to buy a decision support system, you will be value for them because you can assess it with the knowledge you get in ICS 487. The last course, last but not least, is the game theory. Who applied game theory, so that how the game theory is useful for decision making when there is competition or when there is cooperation. For example, how do you divide the quota of the OPEC? Maybe some of you have heard about the OPEC. OPEC stands for oil producing and exporting countries. The whole production, the whole demand is known. How do we divide it? We can apply a game theory where there is competition and where there is cooperation. And they will go through this. And this is actually a very interesting area. People can go ahead and become, because it's applied in these situations. The course distribution is formulation of strategics and cooperative games in energy industry, such as oil, gas, and electric power companies, and portfolio analysis, dominant optimal strategies and Nash equilibrium. Coalition formation in cooperative games is used to represent OPEC, to investigate their formulation. Games in characteristic function for concept of solution for games, Pareto optimal solution, core and Shapley value, other cases for allocation of resources, design, supply chain will be modeled in context of the game, and maybe finance. I tell you a story. When I was taking this game theory course, there is a game which is known as the BL square. B stands the big guy and L square little guys, BLL. In a station somewhere in England, the game is formulated like this. There is an old lady came out of the train and wants her luggage to be carried to her home. There are three guys, one big guy and two small guys. The big guy cannot carry it alone. The two small guys, they cannot carry it. All of them together, if they cooperate, they will carry it. Anyone with the big guy can carry it. So, and then a solution, either big guy plus one of the little guys, they can carry it, or all of them, they make a coalition and they try. Now the question of this, in this game, how will the money be distributed? The $1. There are two arguments. Either the two little guys will compete against each other and make their part very small, because when they compete, each one will come to the big guy and say, I will carry it with you for, say, 25 cents. Now the other guy come, oh, I will do it for 20 cents. And the third come and they compete. It's some by competitive nature. Or they stick together, the two little guys, and bargain with the big guys. They tell him, we will not work with you, will not help you, any one of us, unless you give us this share. We'll take 50%, and you take 50%. And then they divide the 25% together, call each one. So the question is, this is the very example. This is the theoretical example. Then the question, what will happen? Will the two little guys stick together and make a union and fight against the big guy? Or will all of them sit together and share it logically? When they sit together and cooperate, this becomes a cooperative game. When the two little guys compete against each other, then it will be a competitive game. It's very interesting. There are many situations now. There is a lot of research in game theory, in economics, in distribution system, in supply chain applied. So you will have an exposure to an area that will very helpful. Now people are very active in it. The people, we are cooperating. As the game had, as I said, the course on game theory introduces students to game theory and strategic decision-making in conflicting and cooperative environment, cover various game theoretic modeling, equilibrium concepts, and the solution, introduce the student to a variety of real-world application of game theory in decision-making for energy, industry, or economics, and so on. هذا الobjective. The students will learn this is the outcome. Whenever you see outcome, that's what the students should learn, at least. Knowledge and understanding. Explain the game. They will know what is the game theory, where it can be applied. They will formulate real life situation in game theoretical model, and they solve it, and so they can contribute. Also, they will have a project, I expect, for the course. Now, as I said earlier, this course is actually this concentration is shared between 3 departments. System engineering is the host. يعني هو مش system engineering, sorry. Industrial and system engineering will host this concentration, and it is the prime department behind it. Will get support from ICS, Information and Computer Science, and support from the Math department. And hopefully it will be useful experience for our students, because most of the people who are taking this now is from our department. We used to have like 3 to 5 guys from computer science. Don't know exactly how many there are now. Also, the courses are open for people who would like to take an elective in one of the courses. After, priority is given for people who are registered for the concentration. And if the course has a lot of people, it might close, that miss the chance. Now, eligibility. Who is eligible and how you become eligible? ISC students who completed all junior level courses are eligible to enroll in this concentration. كل طلاب الاندستريال and system engineering are eligible لأنه بيكونوا أخذوا 205 و 303. لأنه 303 is a prerequisite. So people in other discipline, they have to take 303 as an elective, because the game theory course requires 1 statistic background and 303. So I would like to say, to make it clear. So if you are an ISE student who have taken 303 and 205, you are eligible. If you are a computer science who have taken math stat 319, which is equivalent to 205, then you will have to take ISE, prepare yourself by taking ISE 303. For the concentration to be registered in the student record, the student should finish all the concentration courses successfully. يعني عشان يكتبوا لك أنت عندك you have a concentration in decision analytics في الشهادة هناك في الترانسكريبت, you have to finish all the course. This is a university requirement. Next, I would like to acknowledge, a lot of people have contributed to this. And I am the originator and the coordinator now. Dr. Mujahid was previous chairman. He is also contributing, and through the dean also. But we have from the faculty, Dr. Shukri Salim, he's now in Egypt. Dr. Al-Hambali, Ahmed Al-Hambali, محمد درقام, كلهم شاورناهم. سيد مجاهد, هيثم صالح, خالد الشيري from the CCI, now CIE, طارق Al-Basyuni from computer science, ICS, and Dr. Slim Belhaiza from mathematics, and he's teaching the course on the game theory now. I think this is give up an introduction. And I would like to hear if anybody has a clarification. قبل ما نسأل الأسئلة الصعبة, يعني لو واحد عنده استيضاح يعني عن شيء نعطيهم الأولوية, وبعدين لو في أسئلة ثانية, challenging question, I'm here for you. And thank you for listening to this story.
Okay, thank you دكتور دفوعة.
الله يسلمك.
إذا أحد عنده أسئلة يرفع يده عشان أفتح المايك, أو ممكن في الشات. It's up to you guys.
أحسن ترفع يدك ونسمع صوتك. ولو حبيت في الشات يعني it's up to you. Who can see your...
Okay, Jafar, you may open your mic.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, Doctor. Thank you for the great speech, Doctor. I have a question. Could you clarify the similarities and differences between decision analytics and data science? Because I see some confusing between these two majors.
Okay. Decision science is a process by which you have to make a decision. Like, for example, you start with a problem. You start with a problem, then you formulate the problem, and then you make a decision. And you can use many tools. Data science is the manipulation and the analysis of data to get information. Data science could be applied to anything, while decision-making is focused on the process of decision-making, how to make it, and what models can help you. For example, people in decision-making, especially in multi-criteria decision-making, they have to know something called analytic hierarchy process. Data science people, they don't. They mostly focus on time series analysis, statistical analysis of data, to suit certain purpose. For data science is the manipulation of data to get information. It could be in anything, and can support, for example, can support economy, can support anything. At decision making, you have to start with a problem for making a decision. I hope this clarifies. But you might need data to make a decision. So you might need, that's why there is we cover a prerequisite حقنا 319 or 205 and 303 are prerequisite for this. It's not 303 is not prerequisite for decision science أو for data science. وهل هذا وضح القضية للسائل؟ سائل الأخ السائل.
So, Doctor, I will indeed use data modeling in decision making or not?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. But they are different. So,
they are different.
okay. Thank you, Doctor.
Because the decision making, sometimes you make a decision based on logic, not necessarily data.
Mm-hmm.
A technique, a tools which you apply in decision science is different than the tools you apply in data analysis or data science.
That's clear. Thank you, Doctor.
However, there might be some overlap. In some decision problem, there might be you need to do data manipulation.
Because sometimes in our courses, when we handle the data, we do data modeling to make a decision. That's why. That
become decision science, but the data modeling is not making the decision, because making the decision require you to have an objective, to have a criteria, to compute the criteria. And that's not part of data science.
Yes, that's clear.
Simulation, for example. أنت أخذت ال 405 ولا ما أخذت؟
لا لسه يا دكتور.
When you do 405, you need some data analysis in part of it. You need data. Why? What data? You need to know the distribution of the data. When you do the distribution of the data, it can be under data science. But if you use a simulation model to make a decision, that's decision science. So in this case, the data science is supporting the decision making.
Okay.
في تداخل في العلوم يعني.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, thank you. Here Ahmed says, who are the students that are eligible for the course?
Students, it depends on the major. Any student who has an equivalent of 205 and 303 is eligible for the concentration. So if you are an ISE student, all of them, they take 205 and 303. So these are eligible. For those outside the department, for example, say so computer science, they take 319, which is equivalent to 205, plus they have to take as a technical elective 303.
Okay. Here someone asked.
في شيء على هنا I did consume my technical elective. Can I take a concentration courses instead of a major elective? It depends what's your major. If you are a major, if you are ISE, of course you can take an ISE IS 455. But for the game theory and the ICS, you cannot take.
Doctor, here someone's asked if he completed 205 and 303, and is not of junior standing. Can he register for the concentration?
He can register.
طيب.
We can waive him this junior standing. We can waive it. How many hours he has taken?
Okay, depends. So
maybe they will. Management of this is done by. It used to be by the dean office, but now I think it went to the dean of graduate studies, right? Dr. Al-Hamaidan, sir. I think they will put him on a waiting list until those guys who have junior standing complete. If there is a place, they will let him.
Okay. Ammar says, will there
be priority for those who are junior standing who have the 303 and 205? Then he will be let in.
Okay. Ammar says, will there be a program language in any of the courses for this concentration?
In the course of in the support system for ICS 487, you will have to know Python. or C.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do some programming, not all of it programming, some programming.
Okay. Saleh asks, is it possible to take all 4 courses in one semester?
No, the courses are offered 2 in the fall, and in September, and you call it the first semester, and 2 in the second semester.
Mm-hmm. Clear. Now we have Fawaz. He raising his hand.
Go ahead.
You can unmute yourself, Fawaz.
السلام عليكم دكتور.
مرحبا فواز.
عندي سؤالين. هل في كم عدد السيتس الليمتد سيتس بالكونسنتريشن؟ هذا السؤال الأول. والسؤال الثاني
how many seats?
Yes.
How many the size?
Yes. والسؤال الثاني وش الفرق بين مادتين الديسيجن ميكينج اللي من الاي سي؟
How many seats? والثاني what's the difference between ICS والISE 447, right?
No. الاي سي الثنتين الاي سي اللي هي الديسيجن ميكينج والابلايد.
Okay. I will start with the next one. The ICS, the ISE 447 is the basic course in decision making focused on the process of decision making and some fundamental models, أساسيات, which like decision trees, influence diagram, and the process of making decision making, plus AHP, analytic hierarchy process. You cover certain models which are essential. The second one focus on optimal models, the models that applied models that give you the optimal decision. If you notice the topics, the topic of this, خلينا نركز على التوبكس. شوف 447 بيقول basic decision making model under certainty. هذه the general idea. uncertainty risk with information and conflict. Structuring decision problem. يعني أعطوني decision problem. How do I structure it? Do I have a structure by which I can make all decision problems? System and then application. If you look at the breakdown, the students here apply analytic hierarchy process, TOPSIS. These are methods which are not available in the other influence diagram, decision trees, and so on. هذا كأنه أساسيات يعطيك. This is like you are entering the house of decision making. Now, when you go to the second one, which is this is the second one here for ISE. Here, شوف, review of decision making under uncertainty and risk. That's a review. All these are operation research models. Linear and nonlinear programming for deterministic decision making. How to use the linear and nonlinear programming. Chance constraint and two-stage stochastic programming. This is another operation research model for decision making. Risk analysis, robust and queuing theory. Robust is another model. New concept will be presented through case studies and this. For this, topics are totally different. That's more you focus on applied operation research models for decision making. While the other, the basic fundamental model for decision making.
Okay.
A number usually they seek for about الجامعة تقول around between 25 and 30. However, when there is a lot of students don't have courses, especially, and they would like to take the elective, and the last time I taught the course ISE 447 is around, they started with 45, and then we ended with 38. But those who are now committed for the decision are 15, and they can around 20, and then it reduced to 15. But around the target is 25 students. هذا التارget. We could go up and below.
طيب
Go ahead.
هل الكونسنتريشن مطلوب سوق العمل؟ Question.
Yeah, إن شاء الله. Yes, مطلوب. بس you have the way you have to package yourself. يعني ايش الكونسنتريشن هو what does it do? It focus on solving decision problems. Maybe it's not like a job, a small job like somebody, or be like advising on decision problems. So it's how it is applied. It's needed, but it's not like data science. Maybe data science has more because data science can go anywhere, right? But this one. But we should have done a scientific way of this. Maybe we should have survey industry. But I think it is, according to. Otherwise, we'll not make it as a consideration.
Okay. Will there be an advantage for the students whose GPA is higher than for the other students?
For admitting?
For enrolling, yeah.
Well, so far we don't have a policy with this, but anybody who meets a requirement, في requirement مكتوبة here, صاير. You have to be in good standing, right? To enroll on. We did not have this problem last time, but if we usually maybe we'll try to make a combination. Those who graduating and need the decision, I think maybe we'll give them priority so that they don't get delayed. However, if two people are of the same rank and there is one position, we'll take the one with the higher GPA.
Okay, here we have Maad. You can unmute yourself now.
السلام عليكم دكتور.
وعليكم السلام.
دكتور أنا سألت سؤال أنت جاوبت بس الظاهر الجواب ما كان واضح لي مرة. أنا طالب ISE خطتي 132.
تفضل انت معانا في الكونسنتريشن ولا will be enrolled؟ معاد
ISE Electives. هل أقدر أخذ أي دكتور؟ مع العلم ان كل الكونسنتريشن
just a minute. Is my voice clear?
Yes, doctor, your voice clear, but
okay, go ahead.
مع العلم يا دكتور ان 132 بلان عندهم 2 ميجر الكتيف و2 تكنيكال الكتيف في كل الكونسنتريشن. اي نعم يا دكتور.
What do you mean in their plan؟
انا اقصد انه الكونسنتريشن يطلب مني 2 تكنيكال الكتيف و2 ميجر الكتيفز. انا I did consume the 2 technical electives. Can I make it all the 4 major electives؟ يعني الكونسنتريشن يروح بدل ال4
انت ISE ولا انت CISE ولا ISE؟
لا انا ISE يا دكتور.
لا بس انا I don't know ISE. You have to consult with your department.
ISE يا دكتور.
ISE.
Yes.
Your question, you have 4, you have not taken the 4 major electives.
Yes. يعني باقي عندي 4 electives وكلها major electives.
وليش why not? You can.
لأنه موجود في الكونسنتريشن اللي هو عرض الكونسنتريشنز انه لازم 2 technical elective و2 major electives.
لأنه الأزهر department maybe ما بيحسبوا why the problem? Because the other 2 courses from the other department, they will not consider them as major.
Yes.
Concentration it has 2 ISE.
Yes.
One from math and one from ICS. So I don't think so. I made a mistake. I don't think so. You can if you can replace 4 major the concentration.
Okay.
Because 2 of the courses in the concentration are not ISE.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Okay, here's someone Fahad asking. في أي مجال بيكون مطلوب الكونسنتريشن أو ليش consulting أو consulting أكثر? He asking about if it's a consulting field or which field do we use this decision making concentration and real work?
Consulting is the first one, was high, but some organization, they require somebody to help them in decision making in the consulting. Like, for example, if you are in a government organization, for example, وزارة مثلا say التعليم or وزارة الداخلية, sometimes they need people to help them in decision making, to do analytic decision making. يعني to design. But the consulting, the most, they will be the سوق for mostly for consulting companies.
Okay. Here's someone asking if you can upload the slides. Can we share the slides for the students?
Yeah, you can upload it.
Okay. Here is someone
I would
asking.
like only to delete one and the slide. I would like to delete one and send it to you. يا محمد, أنت محمد الطوقي, right?
Yeah, right.
خلينا I take one slide out and أحط الباقي.
Okay. طيب تمام. Do you want us to take more questions or?
Yeah, go ahead. These are few questions.
Okay. Which courses will be offered on the first semester and the second semester?
Yeah, the first semester ISE 447 and ICS 487.
Okay. Second semester?
The other 2 هم كلنا 4 the answer.
Okay.
Just to make this clear. شوف الأوائل هذول في السلايد هذه ISE 447 ICS 487 first semester. And the second Math 407 and ISE 455 second semester. كأنها مرتبة كده. The first 2 in the first semester and the second 2 in the second semester. هذه أشياء اللي قدامكم حسب الأوردر هذا. According to this order.
Okay, here. هل مهم أعرف أستخدم
why we are offering this way لأنه 407 require 303 و 455 require 303, so we give a chance to people from other department to take 303 or even our student to take 303 so they can join the concentration. معايا شباب? You understand why we'll put it this way? Because applied game theory and case studies in decision analytics will applied model for decision for optimal decision. النعمة الجديد applied model for optimal decision making is in the second semester because they require 303 and would like our student or other students from other department to take 303. Everybody will take equivalent of 205 by the first semester. Next.
هل مهم أعرف أستخدم لينجو برامج? Okay. He asking about the softwares that he need to learn to take this concentration, or he will use.
You will learn in the concentration. You will learn in the concentration. Was there Lingo or was there
Python? I think.
You will learn. We do not require somebody to come with the software already has, but try to ICS people, maybe they will use C or Python. هذه language.
Okay. Is the concentration related to ISE 303 more than ISE 205?
Maybe 205 more.
Okay.
205 more.
Okay. Can I take ISE 303 concentration in the first semester? Decision analytics. I didn't get this question. هل سيتغير ترتيب المواد إذا تحولت الجامعة إلى 3 أترام بدل التمرين؟ بعد الترمين.
Up to now we don't know. Up to now we don't know. Maybe there will be different arrangement, but we don't. Now we have what we have now: 2 courses in the first semester, 2 courses in the second semester.
Okay.
Up to now, I don't know this answer until we see how they will organize it if university went to 3 terms.
Okay. For the 120 plan, he asking about the new plan. Does taking
128 ما في 120 في 100.
Yeah, I'm sorry 128. Does taking the technical elective affect eligibility?
Taking it?
Technical elective affect the eligibility.
How many technical elective in the 128?
I don't know. You can answer us. The one who asking the question.
How many technical elective? I don't remember how many. Maybe 2 technical elective?
I think so.
2 technical elective, and how many? 4
It's only one, they said.
Only one? No.
For summer training, they said it's only one. I don't think so.
خلينا هذا, if he wants more clarification, pass by the office. I will discuss this with the people in the I will look at the program 128 and see. I don't think 1 elective. It has to have 2. 2. But let's, if you are interested in this, come to the university, come to my office. We check it with the office of the department and then answer the question.
Okay. Is there any other question? I think that's it.
If you have any more questions, you can pass by my office. I have office hours in the morning of Tuesday and Sunday, and in the afternoon of like 4 o'clock of Monday. Monday, yes.
Okay.
Pass by office, you'll find the office hour also. Well, I'm very happy you guys, you are interested in this area. I hope we'll have في واحد رافع يد فواز ولا؟
Okay, you can speak now, فواز.
دكتور متى بيكون الاناونسمنت على القبول والانرولينج؟
I don't know, but usually I think about 2 months. The application open until when?
I think until February.
I think maybe by April, but I'm not sure. But we can ask. I can. Do you have something to communicate with Muhammad مع الطلاب مع الحاضرين?
Yeah, I can. They said it's 14 February. The last the deadline for application submission.
Yeah, but then they will take some time to announce it. Maybe March. I can ask tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to the clinic, but we can ask early next week, like on Sunday, and tell you when they will tell. Usually in April.
Okay.
But I will confirm it. So I tell you, Muhammad, and you announce it to them if you have a means of communication, you have a website or something.
Okay, we will do, inshallah.
Usually they ask you to apply for 2 or 3.
5, I think.
5?
Yeah. You have
put the
5 options.
And you have, but you can select 5, and then they will give you your order according to the availability. Okay.
So do we take the last one or?
Take. فواز. 2 فوازهم.
No. Fawaz, he asked already. But
بس في رافع يده إلى الآن.
عمار.
اوكي عمار.
السلام عليكم دكتور.
وعليكم السلام.
دكتور بس بسألك انه هل لو يعني اخترت الخمسة او الاربعة اللي الاختيارات، هل لو جاني واحد منهم يعني اقدر ارفضه لو طلع اسمي فيهم، ولا خلاص اجباري لازم اخذه؟
لا لا تقدر ترفض. لا ما في اجبار.
لو رفضت اتحول على اللي هو التخصص اخر، ولا خلاص ارفض تماما من البروجرام؟
لا لا ما لو رفضت ما. Yeah, this concentration is optional, right? لو انت if you applied for five concentration and you did not get the first one or two you like, you go back to the program. ما ترفض كيف؟ Do you know whom you communicate with? Which office? Yeah, Muhammad.
Hey, hello, doctor.
Do you know which office you have to communicate with for the concentration?
No, actually, but they have a website, CX KFUPM. Anyone can log in, and there they can find the communication.
Person, yeah.
The communications means.
You can also communicate to the person who is responsible for this, and يرد عليكم.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, but I don't think ترفض من البروجرام. الكونسنتريشن هذا مو مفروض على أي واحد، صح؟ It's optional. It's an interest.
Yes, it's optional.
Not find the one you like, you can withdraw. If you want to take general courses, because there is the option, many people who are taking elective, other elective, and not for, no, and the concentration cover 4, but there are people who are taking the 4 courses in different disciplines. They take safety, they take decision making, they take human factor, they take supply chain.
Okay, with this question, we end our session.
Okay, man.
Thank you, Dr. Dufa, for everything.
I will just take the name of the people. There is a slide here, and I can mail you this, and you can put it on the website.
Okay.
Or where do you put it? Advertised.
We will announce it using every means that we can. For example, WhatsApp and email. We may contact them on emails.
Okay, but you have to تعطيني الإيميل حقك أنا برسله لك.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Please, guys, at the end, fill this form in the chat. And thank you for everything. Thank you, Dr. Dufa, على الconcentration.
I'm very happy that people are interested in it. How many now up to attended?
The attendance was about 68, I think, student.
Wow.
But but some of them they are leave.
Okay.
They left.
Okay, Muhammad, thank you for your volunteering to organize these things for your colleagues so that they can get help.
Okay, thank you.
People can come to the office hour if they have some questions still. Until when it's open? You said February 14?